Genesis 32, verse 1. Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. Right, so just a reminder again, in the previous chapter, Laban, he fled basically from Laban. Laban heard about it, he set off after him. They made the covenant after everything is said and done, after all the negotiations. Laban went back and now left Jacob. Right, so this is now after all of this. Now Jacob is on his way to Canaan, back to his family, as God ultimately told him to go back. Okay? And on this way now, he meets angels. When Jacob went up, he saw the angels coming down the ladder. Now he's on his way back, and again he meets angels. Right? Verse 2. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." So he called the name of that place Mahanaim. Okay, so the reason, they're kind of explaining why a certain place has been named in a certain way, because before here God met Jacob, an angel met him, and therefore he saw this is more than this is not just only God's house, this is now God's camp, and he gave this name. Verse 3. The seeing of the angel, understandably, would be very important for what lies ahead, with meeting his brother Esau and the 400 people coming with. He needed kind of some other reassurance. So he's seeing this angel. It ought to again remind him of what he saw earlier in Bethel, of the other dreams he had, of what God just showed to Laban. The reason why Laban didn't do anything to him is because of God protecting him ultimately. He has all this flock, he has his kids, his wives. All of this is because of God. What God promised, God did. So in that sense, just another way of reminding. God is so much doing so much for Jacob, and all the time reminding, and showing him, okay, that he can, and that he's protecting him. So, I know God, again, I want to say, God is not that kind of God who will bring you to a place and then cut, dead, right? There's not an anticlimax to a story. The story builds up to its crescendo, right? And it will happen. God will make sure it will happen. Okay, the promise of Jesus. It was going to happen. It was not going to be stopped by Herod, for example, or Caesar Augustus, or anybody else, for that matter. He was going to. God promised. God keeps his word. Jacob by now ought to have known it, but he's still going to be very much afraid, meeting his brother. Right, verse 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, in the land of Seir, the country of Edom, instructing them, "Thus you shall say to my lord Esau, thus says your servant Jacob, I sojourned with Laban and still stayed until now. I have oxen, donkeys, flocks, male servants and female servants. I have sent to tell my Lord, in order that I may find favor in your sight." Okay, so Jacob is planning, although God is with him, Jacob is making all these plans, like his grandfather before him. Okay, how to get the children, like Abram did. Okay, so how to have peace with his brother, how to make sure his brother's not going to kill him when they meet. Okay? He sends these messengers ahead to go to his brother. Okay? And what they're supposed to say is to say to his lord Esau. Right? So, my lord Esau, Jacob speaking of Esau, my lord, I am your servant, Jacob. Thus says your servant, Jacob. So Esau is the Lord and Jacob the servant. Although his father's blessing was the opposite. Right, and then he adds the words, he sojourned with Laban. So for a while not stayed there permanently. For a while he was there, and in that time he made a lot of things. He became rich. The reason the verse ends off why he's doing this is so that he can find favor in the sight of Esau. My Lord, again, my Lord, right? He's really playing the game. These guys were very diplomatic, from Abram's servant up way up there to here again, Jacob. Very diplomatic. Verse 6. And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, we came to your brother Esau, and he's coming to meet you, and there are 400 men with him. So they went to Esau's country, right here where he was staying. They informed him, and as a result, what did Esau do? He got these men together, 400 of them. He said, yes, sure, I will go meet my brother. Okay, did he inform these messengers exactly what his intention is, or did he leave them kind of? Well, we don't know. Reading into the text, we've seen that Esau was not the brightest out there. Now, if he knew that Jacob knew, and the reason why he fled is ultimately because of fear of Esau, and now Jacob is sending him back with this message, especially to find favor in his sight, so that kind of imply that he wants to have peace. So does that then imply that Esau ought to have understand that Jacob is afraid, he's doing this all, and so therefore he could have told the servants, if he's coming in peace, go back to your master, your lord, or whatever, and tell him, I'm coming with people, but it's not for war, right? I'm not coming to kill him or anything like that. This is just for added protection, kind of, maybe, or out of happiness. Therefore, he's getting a whole bunch of people, 400 of them together. I mean, that's a huge amount of people to get together. But anyhow, so if that was his intention, and he knew, then why didn't he do that? And that's what I say. If from previous examples you saw that Esau didn't always catch on to what is going on around him. He was like either not very bright up there, or he was just a happy-go-lucky kind of person who didn't really care about those kinds of things. He was not into the politics. He wasn't trying into understanding what really people are thinking about. Right? He was just doing a Peter kind in that sense. So maybe that, maybe not. But whatever, he did not tell, seemingly, he did not tell, otherwise the servants would have told Jacob, he did not inform Jacob concerning the reason why he's coming with so many people. So the servants didn't know, all they knew, he's coming with 400 people. So be it because Esau just didn't think about informing more, and have Jacob be less in fear of what is going to happen. We don't know, right? Maybe he just wanted him to fear. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it when they meet at last, as if Esau had any hard feelings left. I think maybe if you connect what was before and now, then this is just that Esau didn't fully understand that how his brother is going to feel about him coming with 400 people, and him not informing his brother or the servants, the messengers, concerning why he's coming with 400 people. I do know Jacob changed in that time. He changed a lot, from a deceiver to a more honest person. So Esau could have changed as well, but no, not everybody changes. Like Laban, he didn't change at all from the time he met Abram's servant till now let Jacob go. Some people change, other people don't, depending on how God is working with them.